Good afternoon, curling fans. We'll be starting the 2020 84th Annual McKay-Douglas International Bonspiel in just a few moments. This will be the finals, featuring Ardsley teams on several sheets. On the A event final, we'll have Dan Tufaro skipping an Ardsley team, Ardsley St. Andrews, against Gert Messing from Schenectady with a Schenectady Ardsley team. In the B event finals, on sheet A, we have Jake Platt skipping an Ardsley team versus Link Heffner skipping an Ardsley Park Kids team. And on C, we have Long Island versus Norfolk. That's Long Island, Colin Kasprowicz versus Norfolk. And let's go to the bagpiper, piping out the curlers.
All right, we're about to get underway.
And on our featured sheet, on sheet B, the A event finals, the Douglas medal, we have Ardsley St. Andrews, skipped by Dan Tufaro. His vice is Dave Schroll. Second is Jeff Klein. And filling in for Derek Kaiser this afternoon is Dave Wagenheim.
Yeah, Dave's making his first appearance since an injury over at the men's playdowns. And we'll see how Dave's doing today, see if he's back in form.
And they'll be going up against Schenectady Ardsley team, skipped by Gert Messing, Dennis Mellerup at vice. Greg Poole is their second, who is out sick today, and they will be playing with 3 people on their team, with lead Danny Stesky.
Well, it looks like Gert Messing's team has won the flip and is elected to take the hammer. Dave Wagenheim in the hack for the first stone on the A event.
This year's McKay-Douglas, we had 16 teams, 16 men's teams from the, generally from the Northeast. Several from New York, several Ardsley teams. Some teams coming down from Boston area. We have a fairly new club, the North End Curling Club in Boston. An arena club started a few years ago. They had a showing here. Had a team, team combined from Plainfield and Charlotte. And this year's format was a little bit different than some of our past McKay-Douglas Bonspiels. With a field of 16 teams, there was first some round-robin pool play, where there were 4 pools of 4 teams each, and each team played each other team once. And then the totals of wins and losses, plus draw to the button by each player on each team, went into deciding which brackets every team fell into. And both of the Ardsley teams, or both of the teams on competing for the A event final, went 3-0 in their respective pools. These two teams also met last year in the McKay-Douglas finals, with Messing coming out on top. So Dan Tufaro is out to even the score. Well, he will as soon as there is a score to even. Right now we're still in the first end with no score. Danny Seski delivering for Grip Racing's team.
Team Messing is sitting 1 on the button at this point in time. Shot just crashed the guard and rolls into the house. And good call to replace the guard up at the top of the house. Then the shot was a bit heavy, and
And on our other sheets here for the finals, on sheet A, we have the B event final. That's the New York Caledonian medal. Throwing the Yellowstones is Jake Platt from Ardsley. He's the skip. His vice is Jim Bilodeau. Stefan Benkowski is second, and Frank Bucaccio, a Long Island curler who curls also at Ardsley, is their lead. And they're playing against the Ardsley Park kids, skipped by Link Heffner. The vice is George Shirk, second Ward Dunan, and their lead is Andy Stedman. And they're pretty regular attendees at the McKay-Douglas. I believe they all had grown up in this area around Ardsley Park and now live elsewhere and come back to play in the McKay-Douglas every year. And on sheet C, we have the Ardsley medal, is the C event final. And throwing the Yellowstones is Long Island team, skipped by Colin Kasprowicz. His vice is Phil Hecken. Second is Kirk Petropoulos, and their lead is Andrew Carpenter. And they're playing against a team from Norfolk, with Jonathan Zwick as the skip, Mike Lazaro as vice, Jonathan Golan as second, and Mark Wolf as lead.
Yeah, Gert would like to pick up 2 here on his last rock. It's a little tricky. Possibilities are there, though. So Messing was unsuccessful in picking up 2, picks up 1 in the first end. Over on sheet A, looks like Ardsley Park has picked up 3 in the first. And on sheet C, looks like Long Island has picked up 1 in the first.
Got it?
Yeah.
Hey, Jonathan, welcome.
Hey.
So how's the ice out there from somebody who's been played this morning?
So A was kind of wonky. We were basically on A and B for the entire Bonspiel, but B is always kind of weird. We had a couple of shots that veered off a little bit, which if we can get a clip of that, and we had one of our guys gently push a broom towards sheet C at one point, and by gently push I mean threw it like a javelin. Overhead too.
Yeah, well, I guess that was a little frustrating with the ice occasionally.
Oh, yeah.
So you came off the sheet A just now
Yep.
for Ardsley, Travis Spoke's team.
Yep, that's correct.
And how did you guys do? I missed the end of that.
It came down to the last shot, and we were, for the most part in this whole entire Bonspiel, we had close games. We had almost all our 3 losses came down to the last shot. He made a great shot. He just needed to get a hit and rolled, and he made a shot. So there's nothing that we could do about it. But yeah, no, it was a fun Bonspiel.
And the he there is who's the skip? Is that Rob Chebatar?
Yep. He played great. He also had his family here, so there was probably a part of us we didn't want to beat him in front of his family.
Oh.
Yeah, that's always nice of you not to.
That's what we're going to go
beat
with.
somebody in front
That's
of their
what
family.
we're going to go with because they were cheering him on, and there was a point where we were waiting for Travis to come back for a shot, and I looked back at him, and I think they just scowled at us, so we kind of had to be like, oh.
Just had his kids up against the glass and sort of looking sad and everything.
Fair.
Yeah,
you can't.
It's tough. It's tough to do that.
Trying to use kids in a Bonspiel to win, that's not cool.
No. So Gert elected to take out the Yellowstone in the back, and successfully did. He's now sitting between the 12 and the 8, sort of in the back of the house, and it looks like Dan is going after that one.
So in the previous round, we had E-Event, the Mayo Pack medal on sheet A. And the Ardsley Chebatar team took that one.
Yeah, you don't need to say the result of that.
Okay. Three very close games. I think they all came down to ties and then tiebreakers in the 8th end coming back. And over on sheet C was the F-Event finals, the St. Andrews medal. And that was Ardsley team skipped by Jim Duke against a Potomac Plainfield team by Gregory Grek. And that also came down to a last shot shot. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say.
What was that?
That came down to the last stone shot for a win by the Potomac Plainfield team.
The last shot.
The last shot. Yeah, he got a little jumble there.
Lots of shots.
But Potomac Plainfield beat out Ardsley team by 1 point at the end of that game. And on sheet B was Long Island team skipped by Mike Green and Plainfield team by Patty Coburn. And I don't actually know who won that.
I think Coburn won that one.
Coburn won that Plainfield team?
Yeah, I think they shook her early on that.
I see Vinay is out there watching, and he's proud of you, Johnny.
He's a big fan of me.
Yeah. He's a big fan of you. Well, you were the novice on that Spokes team.
Wow, that's a little bit of a.
That's just a fact.
That
I think.
hurts.
Between Travis, your vice, Mike Quartz, Matt Regala, I think you had you've been curling the fewest number of years. Yeah.
But I didn't like the way you said novice though.
Novice didn't have too much of a
little bit of bass in the voice.
Did it? Okay.
Like you're the novice.
Jonathan was the least Bonspiel experience of the team.
Okay. Well, the way you put these things,
I don't think I could say anything at this point to redeem myself.
I mean, I am the most handsome of the team, but let's just put it that way.
And now Dan Tufaro.
Looks like Dan is trying to
take off the guard there. Yeah. Dave Schroll in the house as his vice. Dave Wagenheim successfully sweeping without breaking any bones. Doesn't quite get that redstone out of the. Well, it's hard to tell from
it looks like from here, from this vantage point, it looks like it is, and from the camera, it does look like it's just
may
sort
or
of
may not be
sitting out.
biting.
It looks like it's biting. You know what? You might have to break out the biter bar on that one.
You see a little bit of light, but you never know.
I think that's a itsy bitsy biter.
Could be.
Okay. Let's see. What does our overhead camera view say?
Our overview camera says that it's out.
It does say it's out. It looks like it's out by quite a bit.
It doesn't say anything,
it's-
but it shows that it's out.
It shows. Yeah. We don't have.
We
don't have the Alexa or
talking
the
Alexa,
Google
yeah,
Echo cameras that say your stone is out of the house.
Just missed on sheet A.
All right, so Messing has put one into the 8-foot, and it looks like Danny's going to take it out.
Unless
Looks like
Dan
he's
has
playing-
unless he has a different strategy in mind here, I think he's just going to take
Play
that
for
out and try to
blank.
stick.
Or either that or play for the blank.
Yeah, I was thinking he might play for the blank, especially if depending on if he thinks that one is out on the left or our left, actually.
Odds are that he is playing for the blank and retaining the hammer.
I guess we'll find out right after this message. We're back, and let's see what Tufaro has in store here.
I don't think it's there for appeal, though. Maybe. It's
Could
stuck.
be. It looks like
Stuck.
it's sticking for.
Stuck for one.
Let's see. He's going to use that stone at the edge of the house as backing. Nope, doesn't need it. So he's going to stick with this
So
one.
he hit, and St. Andrews is on the board with one. Just want to mention that we will be marching, that the Ardsley Curling Club will be marching in the White Plains St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Yes. With a big stone, I think.
With, I believe, with the big stone.
We have a big stone.
And do we have the dates on that?
It's around St. Patrick's Day.
Thank you. It's really good. I believe it's a Saturday. I believe it is the 14th.
Yeah, I think it's right beforehand. Yes, it is the 14th.
Saturday the 14th, and sign up in the warm room.
You get a free T-shirt too, even though it's the same one as last year.
Yeah, it's for those who. The T-shirt goes to those who do not have a T-shirt. So
if
spread the wealth and spread the message.
so if you marched last year, you get nothing.
Exactly.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
You get
Sign up in the warm room.
you get the joy of marching in the St. Patrick's Day Parade with us. So
Yeah.
the more the merrier.
Do we hand out candy?
No.
Beer?
No.
Throw beer at the crowd?
We leave that.
The beer would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also Vinay wants to remind everybody that if you do sign up to volunteer to help out at our next Bonspiel, which is the Big Apple, which is sold out, by the way. There is no space available, but we do need volunteers. And Vinay is giving away T-shirts to the volunteers, a nice Big Apple T-shirt. So please speak to him or sign up online, sign up in the warm room, and help out with volunteering, because we do always need help with that sort of stuff. So.
And the Big Apple Bonspiel is coming up just a month from now on March 19th through the 22nd. It's an open format, as Joe said. It is sold out. If you can still go to the ardsleycurling.com website and sign up to be on the wait list in case any of our teams drops out. If you're a local player, or I guess even if you're not a local player and wish to sort of sign up and be a sub, you can probably contact the Bonspiel coordinators and signal your availability.
Yes, and we will be broadcasting all the games again on YouTube, and definitely doing a play-by-play for the finals of the Big Apple, which is in a month from now. Actually.
It is a month from now.
Yeah.
And it will be a big event. It'll be a lot of fun. We have teams from far and wide, far and near and wide.
Near and far?
Near and far, something
far,
like that.
Far, near, and wide.
We do. We have 24 teams coming, and I think this is the third. Is this the third or the fourth Big Apple?
It's the fourth year, but the third actual event.
Fourth year, because one year we got snowed out.
We had a power outage and had to cancel. But and the applause in the background is for the medal ceremony for the other events that were played this morning.
That would be the D, E, and F events. The Williamson medal is the D event. The E event is the Mahopac medal, and the F event is the St. Andrews medal.
Recapping the scores out here on the sheet. Sheet A, it looks like Ardsley Park kids have taken another 2. So is that 2 or 3? Oh, it's 2. They've taken another 2, so the score is 5-0 on A. On sheet C, if they get out of the way, we'll be able to tell. I'll get that to you. It looks like Long Island picked up another point, so it's 2-0. The score remains 1-1 on sheet B.
Now we're protecting the drop pass.
And for those who are either multitasking or not multitasking, in the Scotties, the wildcard team of Jennifer Jones has picked up 1, and Ontario's Mitchell Holman has 3 in the 5th egg.
We don't advise you switching channels. Stay right here on the Ardsley Broadcasting Network.
Stay with, and we will update you as time goes on. Also, I'd like to shout out to Danny Kasper, who has gone 6-0 with the mixed GNCC mixed up in Rochester.
So Danny Kasper is one of our junior members. He's off at college, but I believe he's still under 21. So he's still, is that right?
That's correct.
That's
He's still under
correct.
21, so he's still playing. But this is this was the GNCC event. I believe the winner of this event does go to mixed nationals.
So is Gert didn't see what he was signaling there. Is he trying to peel that, or is he leaving that guard there and leaving Tufaro's stone, or trying to take out Tufaro's stone in the?
I believe he's
upper
trying.
bottom?
It looks like wait for appeal, and also
Yeah, it looks like it's going to stick.
it's going to run the
Run that back.
It was a fairly nice shot.
So he gets rid of the guard, and he also puts himself in scoring position with his red stone sitting right behind the button.
But it is fairly open from this vantage point. I believe Tufaro is going to have Dave draw down to it.
Messing has got the hammer in this end.
Shots down. Sweepers are on it. And it's going to come down, and it's going to actually... Nice freeze. Freeze right on top of the redstone of Messing. That's going to be a little difficult to get out and get around.
So Danny Stesky now playing vice and part of second with Greg Pouldayan out sick today.
Nice shot by Danny to move some things around. Still sitting in the back of the forefoot, but it sort of opened it up for a little bit more opportunity.
What kind of weight do you think? I don't think I like it. I like either frozen to it or dump them out.
From the overhead, can't quite tell whether the stones that are second.
Frozen you want. Frozen knock him out. Guard is okay. Control.
Tufaro stone is clearly
I just think you gotta park it.
permanent shot rock in the forefoot.
He's gonna have traffic either way, right? Yes! Park! Park! Yes!
Looks like they're going for the double here. Nice shot.
Really nice shot. Cleared out the. Cleared it out.
Cleared out a bunch of messing stones.
Left him a pocket to draw into, actually.
That overhead screen is a nightmare. It's the only overhead screen that we have though.
Redstone is sitting on the button, back on the side of the button, but it is, like, from this vantage point, a fairly clear shot. The question being, do they remove the yellow? They go. Actually, it stands shot, so he's throwing yellow stones. Looks like he's going to go after the red. sheet C, Long Island is taking a commanding lead, a 4-0 lead after 3.
And Gert Messing throwing his first skip rock.
He's trying to draw down to the yellow rock and freeze on it. And looks pretty good from here. There's a little space.
Pretty close. We'll have to see whether they're going to play a takeout game or a draw game. They have a little bit of a disadvantage with just down one player, down one sweeper today.
There's a possible one. To hit it, has to hit it right, or it might jam the yellow into the red also. Keep everything where it is. Looks like he's going to try to chip it out.
Nice shot by Dan on that one.
Yeah. Got Messing Stone out, now sitting 3. If I'm not mistaken, this would be Hammer on sheet B.
I believe you are not mistaken.
Looks like
He's got something on there.
That'll work. Bill!
So with the score of 4-1 for Tufaro over Messing in the third, heading into the fourth, things are moving along.
answer Derek's question, Gert Stone was very light and barely got over the hog.
Hard to say whether it picked or not. I wasn't watching to see where it was doing before it got to the hog line. Did it look like it picked, or did it just too light?
I thought it looked light, and because the second Gert delivered it, he kind of had this reaction where he knew that he was light on it, like almost like the hands up in frustration. So,
Okay, yeah.
So I mean, who knows if it would have picked, but he definitely knew the second he let it to go that it was light.
Somebody say something about something under it. That's a lot of somethings.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty good. Get tight. Stay on the line. Yep. What's the weight? Right on. Set it.
And over on sheet A, Ardsley team, Jake Platt's team, picked up 1 point, and they picked up 1 point in the third end.
Yeah, they still have some work to do against.
They do have a little bit of work against the Ardsley Park kids.
The Park kids, yeah.
Ardsley Park kids.
They're here to make their annual appearance.
They are. Always good to see the Ardsley Park kids coming back every year. And another
just missed.
Unfortunate mistake by Team Messing there. Dennis Mellerup throwing a little bit heavy, throwing right through the house. This team is a very experienced team, plays together as a team for quite a while. Senior in various senior competitions.
Just off the guard.
Does roll out into the 12 foot on the side, so Dan will use that later perhaps.
Oh, yeah.
Over on sheet C, nice draw by Colin Kasprowicz. Down through a whole mess of stones up in the front of the house, although I think his stone rolled outside the 4 foot and he's still leaving that Norfolk stone out counting.
Well, it probably looked like he cut down the damage at least, because Norfolk was sitting in at least a couple. So he at least chipped it out. So
well, Norfolk's last stone here. They have this. They've had the hammer for a while here. Hopefully, looking to hopefully score one, maybe two.
We'll say that we did face the Norfolk team in our group stage. They are a riot to play against.
Tufaro now has 3 yellow stones in the house. Maybe 2. Not sure if that one at the top of the house is actually in the house or not.
Looks like Norfolk got 2 on there, so they cut down the lead against Collins team, the Long Island.
And Wagenheim sweeping furiously and squeezes by
There you
that
go.
guard. They definitely have 3, maybe 4 right now. Was it 4? Yes, if I don't look at the camera views and just look at the live through the big window view, it is definitely
It's cheating
4
right there.
stones. Is that cheating?
Yeah, it's cheating. For our handful of viewers, we have to go by what YouTube is.
We have 3 handfuls of viewers. If each viewer counts as a finger.
Yes, so to elaborate what you just said, Raymond, the Norfolk boys are really fun. I mean, they are a riot to play against. They're always talking, smack talking with each other. There were a couple points where we were just laughing playing with them. So they are they're very good people.
And Team Messing Stone takes out the guard, but the guard does its job and leaves 3 of Tufaro's stones still counting in the house. Dash roll now throwing twice.
Yeah, Dan's trying to put another one in the house.
Looks like it's coming down to the 1.
Looks like it is in that.
It is.
There you
Nice
go.
little
And a nice
tap.
little
to-
cluster in
Tap, so
there.
now that's going to be very tough to get out.
Oh, actually, look.
Might be a little exposed.
Oh, the triple's always there. so
Triples there. There's even a
triple's
quadruple
always
there.
Should put that on a t-shirt.
Quadruple's probably not there. There's, I don't think the yellow out on the left side of the 12-foot is quite lined up to get
to
the
be
quadruple.
fair, it is on sheet B, so the stones could act weird. So maybe it will just go.
Maybe let's see what Danny Stesky has in store.
That's away, and he's coming with a lot of weight.
He's coming with a
that's
lot of weight. His short sleeve shirt was flapping in the breeze there as he's throwing. Always know it's a heavy throw.
Flapping in the breeze. What's the matter? You don't wear just like a normal t-shirt on the ice when you throw?
Yeah, but you have to throw hard enough to pick up enough speed to get that breeze effect on your shirt.
Perhaps he sweats a lot. Maybe he can't wear like long sleeves.
Maybe. I'm not complaining about his choice of shirt sleeve length.
No, you said it was flapping in the wind, so it's like maybe or the breeze. Maybe you're saying it's too big on him.
No, I'm saying he's creating his own breeze. He's going so fast. He kicked out of the hack. He was doing like 15, 20 miles an hour ground speed.
30, 40, I would say.
30, 30, 40 knots. I think that's. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's a speed limit on the sheets.
You never know. If not, there should be.
Ooh, just
Let's see,
through.
he's gonna, he
Oh,
throws that through a little bit.
Field goal is good.
And flashed. That is not a good thing. Over at the Scotties, at the Ontario is up 5-1 over the wild card in the 6th end.
Well, thank you, Joe, for paying attention to a different game
Yeah, I
than
mean,
the one
seriously,
we're talking about.
there are people who don't care about the Scotties.
But that's true. Danny has that old style lift delivery, which helps him.
You're also trying to say that Danny's been curling for a long time.
Yeah, I mean,
Danny's been curling for a while.
So I mean,
but he's got that lift delivery, and he
so
gets
you're mocking
quite a bit
him,
more.
and you mocked me earlier for saying novice in that kind of.
Never mind. I'm going to blame this one on Raymond. Yeah. He's the one. He's the one who mentioned that the lift there is helping Danny with his heavy weights.
Well, I mean, you said his show was flapping in the breeze. I mean, come on. Nice little hit and roll on that one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
A little tucked under, but. It would be it's a tough shot to get that out, but it's.
I
doable.
mean, with you two, you guys are very old. I mean, have you guys ever tried to do the delivery with the lift?
No, I can't. That's the stone's too heavy for me to lift at my age.
Because the lead on my Big Apple team has been experimenting with that on his takeout. So.
It's all right.
I know, yeah. It's a little weird because he doesn't do it for all the other shots, but for the takeouts,
Just for takeouts.
But I don't think sometimes he kind of drops it on the ice instead of like gently like gliding.
Yeah, there's a danger in doing
so
that.
Okay, well, if our ice guy is listening,
and
he will probably discourage
you heard
that
nothing.
delivery if
nothing.
he's dropping it, if he's chipping the ice every time he delivers.
See, that's the exact problem that I have. See, if I would attempt that one, it's heavy, and two, you would just hear this loud crack, I think.
Oh no, I think I tried it once and almost fell over. It was sort of like the stone going backwards and sort of pulled me right out of the hack.
We have a special guest woman in the house now during our men's Bonspiel. I thought it was the Ardsley Curling Club, McKay-Douglas Men's Bonspiel, and He-Man Women Haters Club.
Oh, that's a good.
Do you remember that from the?
That's a good one.
From the Little Rascals.
The Little. I'm not that young.
You see, there's an advantage to being. I can't lift a stone.
I mean, me personally, I actually would have gone with the No Man reference from Married with Children.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you do know what that is, right?
No.
Oh, come on.
Was not one of my favorites.
I mean, not like Al Bundy.
Might not be able to lift a stone, but I could probably pass a stone if I had to.
I have passed a stone. It's painful.
Okay, I'll work on lifting these stones. And this concludes the end of our medical segment during today's Bonspiel coverage.
Well, I mean, they did. Actually, you know what? Ironically, during one of our games, I forget which one, but they were talking about what to do if you do have a kidney stone and what to do with it.
During the
game.
During one of our draws, yes. During one of our draws, I'm sorry, yes, you can correct me on this. During one of our little thing, we were talking about what you do when you pass a kidney, what to do to pass a kidney stone. You have to drink a lot of cranberry juice.
Yep, that's what they say.
I know.
They do say that.
There you go. That's a nice little run back double on sheet A by Jake.
Oh, let's update scores here for a minute on sheet A. It looks like it does. It looks like the Ardsley team has picked up a point in the third.
They still have some work to do.
Yes, they certainly do. And over on sheet C,
Norfolk picked up 3 in the fourth end, which they have
brings them back
really
into contention.
Narrowed the gap there.
Great shot by Norfolk on
Norfolk in the fifth end is putting the pressure on Kasprowicz here with 3 red stones in the house. Still a bunch to go. This is the looks like the second lice stone for Kasprowicz. Messing's redstone just corner freeze on that yellow rock out in the front of the forefoot.
It's good. It's sort of tucked in there enough to prevent the possible raise and hit. Although it's
If Tufaro can get past this red guard out in front of the house,
he might have a shot.
He might have a shot, but I don't know. There may not be a lot of room between that red and the yellow right there, so might just jam and just the back red might stick around. Jake just hit a really nice tap on sheet A to sit one. So they're trying to make the comeback.
Yeah, they're pretty much under cover.
Yeah, no, that was a great shot. It's perfect weight. By the way, is there actually an Ardsley Park, or is that the said nickname?
Ardsley Park, yeah. There's an area of Ardsley.
But it's an actual park?
No, I don't know if it's a park, but it's a... No. Tufaro just trades stones.
over on C, an unfortunate stone by Long Island to tap another Norfolk stone into the house.
So it looks like Norfolk is sitting 3 at this point.
4.
I think it's
Four?
like 4.
I think it's 4. So
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah.
So a guard would at least help out their cause, because I think Long Island has a hammer on this.
Here comes another Norfolk stone, and
We'll say that the skip on Norfolk is a sharp-dressed man. He has a nice little dress shirt underneath his vest.
That's
I don't know. It's the things you notice when you're the front end and he comes down
yeah,
for a shot.
yeah, there he goes. It puts another one in.
another one right in the forefoot.
Another one in. So I mean,
It's going to be hard. I mean, he's sort of blocking the house up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard for him to get to the button.
I think this is Kasprowicz's last stone on C.
Okay, and Gert's hammer on B. Looks like Messing is going to tap the red to the yellow and remove it to sit 3. Hey, Jim Mantia is in the house.
oh, what a shot
nice
by
shot
Colin.
Kasprowicz.
Oh man, he got himself right
Very
out of
sweet
trouble on
shot.
that.
And it looks like he does pick up 1.
Wow.
Could have been disastrous if he didn't pick up that 1.
And it looks like Messing picks up 2. So at the end of 4, it's St. Andrews is 4 and Schenectady is 3. So Tufaro called for an appeal on the guard up in front and opened up those two stones sitting in the back of the house. Garrett's calling for a put the guard back. This would also be a good time to mention that the Ardsley Curling Club will be marching in the White Plains St. Patrick's Day Parade on March 14th. Please sign up in the warm room, and first 25 people who do not have a T-shirt will be receiving one. They're great shirts.
That's a specific Ardsley T-shirt, not people who don't have a T-shirt in general, right?
Yes,
Okay.
it is a specific
Okay.
Ardsley T-shirt, and
Because I have a T-shirt.
I have several
T-shirts,
T-shirts myself.
Okay.
In fact, I do have the Ardsley T-shirt from from last year, which when we marched in the parade. A lot of fun, a lot of good times. We'll be out there again, and I believe we're bringing the big stone this time.
The big stone.
The big stone. Tufaro peels the guard again, exposing those two rocks in the back.
You can see all of this from the half. All of it. Right there. Pretend like you're drawing to the button because it'll stop out there. Button lead would be great.
Yeah, Messing replaced the guard with a higher guard. Looks like a one guard. See what Tufaro calls on this. Yep, he's going to try to draw it to the forefoot.
Stone still has to move quite a bit.
Sweepers are on
a little bit.
And it comes
right down to that stone.
It sort of comes down and freezes on the red stones in the back. A relatively good spot. It looks like Gert's next option is to draw down to the forefoot as well. Possibly freeze on there, possibly come over a little bit, hide behind the guard. A lot is coming out from Messing Stone. Dennis is on it. And he's pulling it, and he's going to. Nice shot. It
right
freezes
down
right on
the
top. So they're piling up in the back of the house on sheet B.
So who's got the last stone? Tufaro. So they'll just work their way, piling them up, and Tufaro will take one at the end.
It looks that way, yeah.
I don't trust that drop pass. We're gonna hang. If we hang out, Wait's pretty good. Jump to it. Jump to it.
The fire shot is off.
It's coming.
Uh,
It's hanging on. You know what?
it's hanging out. I don't think it's going to.
I think
Yeah,
it's
and this
it's
one has a
going
little bit
by.
more weight,
It-
so I think
it-
this one's gonna.
This might be going by.
And actually, it goes
It's
by.
gonna
Just sort of
Nick, yeah, it's by.
catches a little piece of the yellow, tucks that back in, but Messing is still sitting one. Give him an opportunity to put it in another, and also about top of the house on guard.
So if he can sit on top of the 4-foot, that'll make it a little bit tougher for Tufaro to come in and get his 1 point at the end.
guys, you might want to take a look all the way. Yeah.
I think Norfolk just got 2, so I think we have a tie ball game here.
So Danny Stefsky holding the broom for Gert Messing at about the same amount of ice that Tufaro had. Joe tangled up in cords.
It's a mess here.
And Gert's shot is off.
4, 5. It's 4 now.
It's starting to bend a little bit.
But Dennis is up already, so either it's a perfect weight or it's going to be light.
It's going to come to settle on the top of the 12-foot.
So a little lighter than he would have liked.
Complicates things, but from our vantage point here, it looks like the draw is still there.
Where is it? It's behind. Yes, we're running. Yes, we're running. It's not behind. Yes, we're running. Up. Beautiful. That's a great shot. We'll take it on that. Thank you, Heffner. Hit it. If we hit the guard, that's fine. I don't want it up there.
And over on A, the Ardsley Park kids pick up another 1 point in the 5th end. They're now up 6-2 over Ardsley, Jake Platt.
It's only Jeff.
Tufaro.
Move a little bit.
Got to move, but they seem to be pretty confident. The line looks pretty good. Nothing is sweeping there.
Yeah, it looks good.
It looks like he's going to come down and sit right on Messing's redstone and take his 1 point.
Nice shot.
So Tufaro retains the lead, 5-3 after 5 ends. Dave Wagenheim filling in for Derek Kaiser. Made through 5 ends, injury free. Nice shot by Messing's team. Squeeze right by that guard and land in the right on top of the button. Probably about half covered by the yellow guard in front. More or less.
There's a fair distance, so that it is possible. It looks a little light. They're on it hard. And comes up short.
Over on sheet C, they are tied after 6 ends. Norfolk currently has 1 red stone at the back of the 4-foot. There's another red stone sitting on the edge of the 12-foot. Well,
To answer
that
the
was quick.
question, I think it is. I think it is a biter.
it does look like a biter, although even from the overhead cameras in the warm room here, that particular edge of the house is just out of view, so can't really tell. But from where it's sitting, it does look like it's in the 12-foot.
Probably should get someone to fix those cameras then.
We probably should. We'll get right on that.
Yeah, I know a guy.
You
Yeah.
know a guy?
I know a guy.
I got a guy.
I got a guy.
If you want to do it now, we can run out there and
Stop play.
stop play, grab the ladder. That's a big orange ladder at the back corner.
No, because I was involved in trying to put the big inflatable duck during a cool duck and trying to even hold that ladder. Absolutely not. You don't want to even come.
Oh,
no.
I've done it many times.
No, but you know.
Nothing wrong with the ladder.
No,
With the ladder.
Just because it's on ice, it doesn't,
That thing, But if you actually want to go do it, yeah. Looks like it's coming right down. There you go, hard.
We're all over it. And, ooh. It's hard to tell from here.
It looks like red just by first glance, but that's very close.
Yeah, if I were a betting man.
You are a betting man.
Oh, wow.
You are. I would say red, but it's
I
close.
would have
Very
to say
close.
it.
You would at least do a measurement, and of course they're going to just blow
They
it.
still have 5 rocks each to
Yeah,
So
so
the
that's not going to stay there very long.
Well, I mean, again, we could stop playing. See, it's all right.
We could.
We have a little thing that we can measure from the on the computer. We can set up a little thing so we can measure get the exact measurements and stuff.
I mean, we have technology, but I don't think we're that advanced.
Get the Measure It app or something like
Might
that.
cost money. Money.
No, there should be a free Measure It app. We just have to deal with it.
Yeah, I just have to figure out how to overlay it.
Deal with all the other junk that comes along with it.
Oh, we'll work on that too.
It looks a little light coming out for Messing's team. It's got to go hard. It's joining in. Looks like it's going to come right down to
It's
it.
going to tap up that yellow.
And
we don't have to worry about which one was closer.
There's no measurement needed on this one.
The result of that was 2 red stones in the 4-foot, but yellow stone sitting and covering a pin.
And again, still there is plenty of stones left to play in this end. So
There is, and Tufaro's throwing yellow. The chance to get the triple there to take out all 3 of those red stones is there too.
Triple is always there.
appears it's going to be a guard. Like it's slowing up and stopping right outside there.
Nice guard.
Slowing up
Two
or is it
guard.
slowing down?
Slowing down.
Slowing up. I don't think
Slowing
slowing
up
up
or
is not a
slowing
thing.
down?
It's not a thing.
Could be slowing up. It could
Slowing
be
up.
We're just making up new terms here.
slowing down.
I've heard. I think I've heard
Slowing up.
both. It's one of those.
Slowing up. It's
Slowing up. That's
Slowing
that's
down,
not
slowing up.
That's
Speeding
not a
up,
thing.
speeding up and slowing down.
That's not a thing.
speeding down and slowing
Well, you
up.
wouldn't say speeding down, but you could say slowing up.
This is
slowing
a
up.
terrible
It is
conversation.
slowing up.
This is a terrible conversation.
It is. If we have any grammaticists out there, is that the right word? Grammaticist?
Wow, we're just
Grammaticist.
killing the English
Ooh.
language.
Aren't we
It's the
though?
only, it's the
Come
only
on.
language I can speak.
Oh my god. This is terrible.
Yes, it is.
My native language.
Looks like they're trying to
Stesky has
Looks like Gert's trying to
he's
peel.
just going to
Yeah,
peel
peel
off
the
that
guard.
yellow.
Yep. And he
And
does.
going to roll one into the other sheet.
Oh, no,
no,
no.
disastrous for sheet A, and Platt's team knocks a Yellowstone into the house. If I were Jake, I would try to petition for letting that one sit in the house.
that position is going to be turned down. Looks like the park shot is heavy. It's going right through. Like the Norfolk skip shot is slightly heavy, although it's coming down to the yellow, so.
The Long Island team has got a colorful wardrobe amongst the four of them. They've got Andrew
very
Carpenter
festive.
lead is sporting his Long Island Curling Club pants, while Skip Colin Kasprowicz has got his Ardsley pants on. He plays here and on Long Island.
Let me ask you, do you guys have pants like that? You guys ever wear those?
I don't have that pants. I don't have the.
Can you fit into those type of pants?
Oh, the Ardsley pants?
Oh yeah, the Ardsley pants.
Oh, yeah, no.
Well, if they're the right size.
I've never had good luck while wearing the Ardsley pants.
You make your own luck though.
No. Every time I've worn the pants at a spear.
You know what? Then the next time I curl with you, I would love to see you wear those.
I don't wear the pants.
Okay.
Just
Kirk
sit-
You can
Petropoulos
ask
wearing the
my
Long
wife.
Island
I don't wear the
jacket.
pants in the.
I don't think you can fit in the pants. I think
No.
that's what it is.
I don't know. The pants are cold.
The pants are cold.
Put 'em
Pants
on
are
there.
cold.
Yeah, they're cold. They're not like lined.
It's ice. It's
Yeah, but they're cold. It's like shiny material and stuff like that.
Yeah, you got to get the heated pants, the heated liners.
I think
nice shot by Colin.
I think Colin wanted to actually yell that one in. It's
He's got quite the
vocal cords.
verbose manner on the ice.
Colin is quite the. We don't have to mic him up now. Gert, on the other hand, is
that's true.
is pretty quiet on the ice. So we're hearing a lot of activity from sheet C.
So this coming from a friend of Colin, he's very verbose on the ice.
Not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
It's good to have some chatter among the players, let you know what the weights are, where things are landing.
The Ardsley Park kids just barely missed a takeout. So Jake Platt's got some second life to him.
Sweet takeout there.
Let me ask you, what is your favorite shot to do? You guys being very old and doing a lot of stuff. Do you guys enjoy takeouts?
I prefer a little Jameson as far as my shot goes.
By the way, we do have shot glasses for sale at the Ardsley Curling Club. Did you guys know that?
I did know that. I think they were a new acquisition for our shop.
I'm saying that if you come down to the club, please buy some.
Yeah, I've been partial to. I get a flu shot every year if that counts.
You guys are the worst.
Okay. I like the hog shot there.
Hog shot.
Yeah. Actually, I like to throw just light enough to make the front end sweep like crazy.
Sweep like crazy. Yeah.
And then and just barely get it over.
Yeah. Just have them go like really like.
Yeah. I mean they're. I'm
while
not
yelling at them to.
Yeah.
I'm actually not going to name names, but there's someone else on this commentary team that loves to throw light when I play with him.
Well, it all depends.
Loves to play light. It's almost like you're with
you're
almost
this
like
commentary team. I'm not sure if it's talking about me or you.
Actually, yeah. You know what?
It's actually it could be both of us.
I'm saying that there's one of them who throws it like a learn to curl sometimes. That's all.
Okay. Are his
and that's not a
initials?
bad thing. That's not something.
No.
Are his initials JS?
Yes.
Sometimes
I still don't know who you're talking about.
It could be.
But his first initial is definitely J, huh?
Yes.
So among the three of us, that sort of narrows it down to 3.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Dan's shot. Here it comes.
Oh, Dan.
Maybe not what he hoped for on that one.
No, it looks like Gert's still.
How about J.O.? Am I getting close?
J.O.?
JL.
J.L. is the
no,
best.
No, J.O.
J.O.
First 2 letters, first names?
No, absolutely not. That narrows it down to nothing.
Oh,
And to answer for Pete Murphy, if the shot was made, yes, that's what he called.
You always say yes if that's the shots that's called. You always say yes.
If the result is good, that's the shot you called. If
it's a plan A, plan B, plan C, had no idea. Yeah.
This way? Which way would you prefer? Right here. Don't push it.
And after 7 ends on sheet C, Long Island is back up by 2, a score of 7-5.
Really hard, guys. Let's go. Really hard. Really hard, guys. Hard.
And once again, Colin yells those stones into submission.
That's one way of putting it.
this looks like the hammer on A. Link let this one go. Let this one fly nicely.
So they are significantly faster over on sheet C. They're started their 8th end coming back.
Oh, it crashed on the guard.
They're finishing their 6th end on both A and B. Unless I'm reading the scoreboard wrong.
No, I mean.
My mistake on A. That was not hammer.
I mean, no, you're not really. When that crooked one says 7.
Got some eyebrows here in the warm room.
They have eyebrows.
We're getting some disbelievers here in the warm room that they're actually playing their 8th end over on C.
I mean, he
to
also
be a full 2 ends ahead.
He also might be looking at like your giant forehead too. So.
My forehead isn't giant. I just lacking hair to cover it.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm not saying it's big, but you could use it as a blackboard.
Yeah, actually, looks like Jake is throwing hammer now. Sitting one on sheet A.
Curtis throwing his first skip rock on B.
They're on this one, or he's on this one.
He's on this one, just one sweeper today.
He's only one.
Oh.
Oh, and comes up big. Did roll outside the 4 foot.
Here comes Jake on his last shot. They're
Looks
on
like
it.
he's drawing for 2.
They're on it. They're on it.
Are they on it?
Yeah, they're on.
They're on it.
They're
off it.
They're
They're
off
off
it.
it again.
Now they're
They're
on
off
it.
it. Now they're on it again.
And now,
And then they're off.
There you
And they're
go.
off.
Okay, nice shot,
That's
Jake.
that's the 2, and that definitely puts them back in the ballgame
And
now.
that narrows the gap a little bit.
This side stays a little straighter. Control this line.
A lot of discussion on sheet B here.
I want to roll out.
So if you were Dan, what would be your shot here?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. What are they doing?
See, this is
What's-
what happens when
what's
you
the
have
game here?
experienced commentators and they,
Yeah. Sorry. Watch the replay later.
Yeah.
Get back to you.
Well, it's going to be tough to draw to the button, but
Yeah, I don't think the draw to the button, full button. You need at least a little more than.
could move back the reds on the top, and then set up the shot for the next one.
Also, potentially interesting shot would be that red that's in the 12 foot.
Yeah.
Run that
Could
back
run that
into
back,
the
right? Yeah.
yellow and knock apart those 2 reds. Hard to say that both of those reds will go. I think I'd probably try to come with a little bit of weight and get rid of one of those red stones that are sitting right next to each other.
Yeah, that would also like move things around and open things up a little bit.
And that would probably keep Gert from getting 2.
Very nice. Bill, straight back. That's safe.
Oh, the rock is off.
Uh-oh.
Looking at it,
Uh-oh.
it doesn't seem to be moving.
Yeah, he's going to have to attempt to try
Moving
to
a little bit.
No, I don't
This
think
looks
it's
like
going,
this is going to come
Yeah,
down
it's
to the
going
one in
down
the
to
back.
the other
Yeah.
one.
And that's out behind the 4 foot, so Messing still has 2 red stones in the 4 foot.
So, yeah, that's.
And Messing will have his hammer shot. so he could pick up 3 here.
Yeah, exactly what Mike said. There's 3 with backing. He's got with that shot.
Nice run back on sheet C by the Vice for Long Island. And somebody has just brought popcorn. I'm not sure who. I'll have to check to see who will probably eat it.
That's our kitchen staff.
Our kitchen staff. What are they doing upstairs? Did say Bob
Bringing
could come
food
upstairs?
up, bringing
Okay.
food. That's
Okay.
what they do. And what a good job they do. Did you guys have the mac and cheese? It's delicious.
No, I didn't try the mac and
I
cheese.
don't know how you guys don't eat the good food here.
It's a Bonspiel. You're not supposed to eat the good food.
Yeah, once a month we eat junk. Next 3 weeks we try to lose weight.
Right.
And Dennis again sweeping like crazy to
He's not going to
get that stone over, but doesn't look like it's going to make it to the 4 foot, so Gert will take 2.
But that does tie things up.
Ties things up and heading into the 7th.
Ooh, so now Norfolk's got a shot. Colin went for the takeout, and he hit his instead. So Norfolk still has some life in them as they're down 2, heading towards the last few rocks. First rock for the Norfolk skip here, down 2, so this is a pretty big shot. They're on it, but now it looks a little hot. And Colin, he's working hard to sweep it out, and it is out. So this looks like a simple hit for Colin, and then they could clinch the win. And
Well, but Norfolk should have 1 more red stone, though.
yeah, but they're also down 2. So
They are
just
down
by
2.
you know,
Yep. Okay,
even
good
by
point.
simple math, that
Simple math.
simple math. I'm saying you know they're out of rocks if Colin hits this.
Oh, it looks like it's going to throw through the house instead. Well, that's a surprising strategy, Colin.
What, you think that was the strategy on this board? I don't know.
No, probably not.
I mean, that's
Maybe they realized that they were like 2 ends ahead and they tie and play an extra end to even up the time. There could be many reasons for why he did that.
so now. Yeah, that's
Although the simplest
that's
is probably
definitely
the-
different. So now he gives Norfolk a chance for a tie and probably the extra end. He's off. Weight looks okay. Oh, no, I think it's light.
It just has to make it to the house. Nothing else. Nothing else in
You got
sight
3
there.
sweepers on it though.
And it looks like he's got to the house.
Extra curling.
There's some bonus curling.
We got extra curling. Free curling, people.
So after 8 ends on sheet C, we're all tied up.
Let me ask you, I'm sure you guys have gone to tiebreakers
7
or
apiece.
extra ends. Do you prefer skip rocks and extra end? What would you guys prefer? Well, Joe's not on the mic anymore because he's not paying attention to us. But John,
No,
what do you
You can probably hear us.
what do you like? Do you like?
I'm not good under pressure. I probably prefer the extra end.
Boy, come on, man. As skip, because I've seen you skip. You have to love the pressure.
No,
Being a novice, I probably wouldn't like it, but
How do you guys do it? So for the at the end of the round robin pool
Yeah.
play, everybody had to throw one rock
we
per
did
person.
surprisingly well in the
Did you well?
tiebreaker.
What was it, like 1 or 5 points or something?
There was
for
some weird
button,
scoring system. Like I
two,
found out
three.
about it like the day before, and I had a
negative points if you
negative
didn't
points
make it
if
to
you
the
don't get it
house.
to the house. Yeah.
There was like
So
extra negative points if you hog
yeah.
it.
So myself, Travis, Mike, and Matt, we actually all made it to the house. So it was good, and it definitely helped us get into the A event because I think we needed a certain amount. I think we needed to beat 7 to get into the A event.
Yeah, that's right. You guys, because there
Yeah.
were a bunch of teams that were 2 and 1.
There was a bunch of teams at 2 or 1.
So it came down to the
So
tiebreaker.
for us, as we wait for the extra end to begin, for us, there was this moment of euphoria because we got into the A event, and then we found out that we had to play in less than an hour, so we couldn't really rest or anything. So playing 16 ends and being on the ice for 5+ hours is, even though we all love curling, it's a bit much.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit much. Well, we have 1 vote for Skip Rocks online.
You know what? I actually go with Skip Rocks.
Okay, we're going for
I
two
got- I
votes for
I
Skip
go with
Rocks.
Skip Rocks on these, to be honest.
A little bit of a miss on Messing's team there. From was that Danny Stesky? Just chipped over the yellow rock a little bit to the left, top of the 12 foot. Long Island team should have the advantage on this 9th end over on C, since they have a hammer. And it looks like Tufaro is asking Jeff Klein to just peel that red guard.
And done so successfully. So St. Andrews is now sitting 2.
Over on sheet A, it looks like the Park kids are they got 3 in the house. So especially as we're getting towards the end of the game, Team Platt is gonna have to make a move here. Down 2.
Guessing with a possible double only gets the 1. Tufaro is going to split the house, it looks like.
Should be there. Come on, guys, get in there.
Sweeper's going really hard and just gets it into the 12-foot.
Norfolk seems to be sitting 1 right now as we're in bonus curling time right now.
Oh, tough break for Messing. And he just flashed the takeout. Just a touch narrow on that.
What a shot on sheet C.
Sheet C, did he get the triple there?
He definitely got a triple, at least a double. But
Moved a lot of rocks around and did the
rocks.
job
we have
to
scintillating
sit,
commentary on this. We have
to sit yellow Long Island stone sitting shot block right now. And Norfolk looking to do away with that yellow stone. Meanwhile, over on B, Tufaro is looking to put a stone in the house on the opposite side of his current stone. Seems to be successful in doing that.
On sheet A, big shot here for Jake. He's down 2. He doesn't have hammer in this end, and the Park kids are sitting, I believe. Actually, no, they're sitting 3 because the yellow one is not in the house. They got a 1 biting in the back, so big shot here for Jake.
Yeah, none of the games are like blowouts as far as this because they're
No.
pretty close.
I would say 2 tied games is pretty
It's
close.
a very tight game, but a very pressure shot for Jake to try to cut them down at least, because being down 2, even with hammer going into the last end, is going to be tough.
Yep. Rocks away.
Looks like the sweepers are on it on A. They're working hard here. Got 3 sweepers on it, including the Vice Jim. Might be able to cut him down. Looks like it's still 2 for the Park kids. And they have hammer, so.
Messing going for one of Tufaro's stones at the top of the 12-foot.
Yeah, Danny's earlier miss sort of put them in a tough spot with that.
Messing's first shot gets the Gets the yellow 12-foot shot out of the way and rolls cross house to sit, well, fairly exposed. But he is shot rock right now at the back of the 12-foot, back of the 8-foot.
Park Kid's last shot here. Last shot of the 7th.
Yep. Control.
Weight looks like it's there. They're sweeping hard. Looks like it's gonna be just
Yeah, it's
short.
going to come up short. So,
So
there's
2 for the Park Kids,
two
a
more
4
for
going
Park.
into the 8th. You can see even there's a little bit of dejection on Jake right now with his body language.
Those hips don't lie.
The hips don't. Did you just make a Shakira reference?
Uh,
You don't even know who
no.
Shakira is, do you?
I do. She's one of my favorite singers.
No, you realize that she did the Super Bowl halftime show like this year, right? Do you watch football?
What?
Do you watch football?
The Super what?
Never mind. Okay.
I was watching the Puppy Bowl.
All right, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, they're.
damn cute. I'm telling you, damn cute.
So now the Park Kids are just throwing through. They're going to force Jake's hand here.
Oh, spills out the redstone in the back.
By the way,
6-1.
have you guys, when you are presented the opportunity to throw through, do you guys feel pressure to throw through?
You know, the very first time somebody asked to throw it through when I just started curling, I had no idea what they were talking about. It's like, why in the world would I want to intentionally throw a stone through the house?
Being a novice, so the first time I actually had to do it, scared out of my mind. So I just aimed it at the skip, just threw it as hard as I could. And it's like I treated it like bowling. But yeah, just over the hog line for Platt's team.
And over on C, Norfolk is building a little wall of red stones there up at the top of the 12-foot. All 3 of them look like they're out-counting Long
I think
Island's
so, yeah.
Yellowstone at the back of the 12.
But it looks like there is room for a draw through the port for Collins there. So
There is. I think this is this Collins' second shot?
I believe it's his first.
Oh, this is his first shot.
First
Okay.
shot.
Gert's going after the stone and
Just taps it into the 8-foot.
Oh, man.
tough luck on that shot. So it looks like Tufaro will draw for 2.
It's a big end here.
So Tufaro will draw for 2 here, and then Gert will have the hammer coming back.
Not a good end for Team Messing. They with the flash on the takeout from Danny Stetsky, and they just missed on that one. Messing, it's setting them back a little bit.
The weight's there for the draw here on sheet C. They're working up.
Yeah, I think it's on the-
They pulled
on
up
the
a little
bar.
bit. It bounced off. So a little bit of frustration for the Long Island team there.
So once again, Norfolk is going to try to prevent Long Island from drawing down the middle, force them to go around the outside and get to the 8-foot on his last shot. Definitely some disagreement in what they're attempting to do there between the vice and the skip.
Looks like a peel shot over on A. And maybe it sneaks through. No, it's a little bit of. It didn't take it out of play though, but. Looks like a draw for Norfolk here. Or no,
Yeah,
never mind. No, I think it's going to be a little bit of a tap.
Tufaro picks up 2 of the 7, so with the score 7-5, Messing has hammer on the way back down 2.
It's the great wall of red stones on C. So Collins' last shot, this is it for him.
They have definitely made it difficult for Colin to
I mean,
get
yeah,
to the
it's going to be a,
get to the 8 foot.
in the event that he doesn't make this, it's going to be a long ride home for him, considering they miss in the last end, and then that draw he had just slightly nicked off the guard there. But it's
Are they looking at the draw or are they looking at the hit? I'd say there is room there for a hit and
there
roll.
is. I mean,
On the stone to the right, the one that's sitting in the 8 foot, a possible hit and roll in if he hits it right. But I mean, he would have to hit it perfectly.
it's a very difficult shot. Or, I mean, that.
Well, with a difficult shot, it's either the win or the win or the loss. So,
Yeah.
do we take the chance?
I mean, I'm of the thinking of no guts, no glory. So
Yeah.
I would say go for it.
There's not much to lose at this point.
Yeah,
in time.
exactly. I mean, you're already in bonus time.
So we're on our A-event final on B. Tufaro's first shot from lead. Dave Wagenheim is in the 12 foot, and Messing is choosing to just leave that alone. Just put up a corner guard a little bit higher than he wanted, I believe.
Just short on Stefan's shot on sheet A. So they do have rocks in play, but they only have one in the house. So it's just a hit and peel game for the park kids.
Yeah, at this point in time, it does have a long way to go. It's a long 4.
It's
That's a long 4 to tie and 5 to win. It's
you don't want
It's
to.
going to run him out of rocks.
yeah.
Looks like this one is dead on here.
Yeah, Tufaro put another one in the
Almost
top
knocked
12.
them both out.
So Tufaro using similar strategy to the sheet C there. He's going to
Sheet C.
build a wall.
This has got some speed here. Oh, and it looks
It
like
looks like Norfolk
that's it
takes
for
the
and Norfolk
win,
will take.
picking up big 4 in the
Handshakes on-
ninth
And
end.
that's it for them.
Handshakes. And
It's a tough loss for the Long Island team, but they played very well, especially going to the extra end. But hats off to Norfolk there.
Norfolk and Jonathan Zwick takes the Ardsley medal, the C event final.
Messing just put one up in the 12 foot, and Tufaro was opting, I believe, to take it out. With a hit and roll underneath his guards.
And Wagenheim is sweeping on that hard all from the start. And it looks like it's going to crash into the red guard, which we'll see in a second as soon as the stone comes into view.
It does crashes it onto the guard, moves it to the top of the house.
It's a beautiful takeout by the Park kids, and it's almost it's looking grim for the Platt team here.
And over on C, Norfolk is taking a moment for their photo opportunity.
You know, maybe as a commentary team, perhaps we should take pictures.
Of ourselves?
Of ourselves?
Of ourselves.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Well, we could do that, but
I think
we don't want to
photo-
scare people.
Yeah,
Well, you two would. I would.
Well, no, not of course not.
Though, yeah. But that was a well played game on C. You know, Colin Colin has nothing to be ashamed of, but I'm sure he's going to be thinking of that last shot in the 8th.
And beating himself up on the way home. So
Well, he'll always have this video to come back and watch it again and again and again, too.
We should put it on loop for him.
Yeah, we'll
That's how
make a loop.
we have a YouTube channel if you haven't guessed.
Never forget.
Looks like that is handshakes on A.
And the Ardsley Park kids have
Park
run
kids.
Ardsley.
They come back once a year and they win.
So the Ardsley Park kids have beat the Ardsley new kids.
New kids.
The new kids.
Well,
the,
yeah.
except for Frank.
I mean, Frank is old.
And Frank.
Frank is old, but
Yeah.
Jake, Jim, and Stefan came up in the same class as I did.
So they've been curling for,
So
is this
about
their third
a
year?
little over 2 years.
Little over 2 years.
So you know, I have a, I was personally pulling for them, but they have nothing to be ashamed of coming short in the B event.
Oh,
so.
making it to the B event finals.
Oh
of
no,
the McKay-Douglas.
especially
Big
that's a
accomplishment.
great honor, but they have nothing to be ashamed of either.
Well,
Sometimes
except for the pants.
Yeah.
Just because you can't fit in the pants,
No,
doesn't
I
mean
can
that
fit in
you
the pants.
can't
The
fit in the
pants.
I look
pants.
great in those pants.
You know, I don't think so.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if anybody looks great in those pants.
Yeah. It's hard to say.
That's I
But
don't know.
Tufaro's last shot actually just chipped a redstone into the forefoot, close to the button. It's pretty much undercover too. So.
Can we come across the face on yellow and roll behind a little bit?
And with all the activity on the other sheets gone, we can
You
actually,
can actually hear. I was going to
we
say
can hear
can actually
Dennis
hear
and
talking.
Garrett talking. If we shut up.
We
We.
Royal we.
the Royal. That's a Big Lebowski reference right there.
Please don't tell Jake that half of the Ardsley Park team only curl once a year, and that's here.
No, I think that everybody knows about the Ardsley Park kids. I mean, but really, I mean, are we allowed to call them kids, even though they're obviously
Yes, there are still they are still kids considering.
Oh, okay.
I believe that I was talking to Link the other night, and I believe actually 2 of the parents are still with us.
Oh, so all right, okay.
They are still considered kids.
And Danny Stesky's stone
Nice
comes
shot.
down right down to the
Nice
4-foot
shot.
tee line.
Nice shot.
Yes,
On the
pretty shot.
outside, some
Nice
switching
shot.
from Dennis Mellerup.
Maybe with some luck, we'll get in some more bonus curling. Yes, we should mic the play. Actually, you know what? No, we shouldn't mic the players because, as someone who did play this year, there is some bad stuff set up.
We would have to make sure that the
We would need the 5-second delay on this.
we either need the 5-second delay or we have to mark this as for adults only.
Yeah.
Or we need to have the 5-second delay on us.
Oh,
Yeah, I think we've been keeping it okay.
Yeah,
Today.
We have.
yeah. Well, again, you would need a 5-second delay, and I don't think that's in the club budget right now. So
I don't the 5-second delay we might be able to manage. I'm not sure if miking all the players is in the budget.
Yeah, I don't think we have enough mics, or a mic.
I don't think we have a wire long enough.
No, I don't think.
No.
No, I don't
I
think we
think-
do.
I think
Yeah, it would be
that's the
tough with the
problem.
wire going up
Yeah,
and
the
down.
wire going up and down the ice is
Yeah,
tough.
it's-
I mean, Joe is having enough time,
having
hard enough time not tangling
sitting
his
in my
legs, and
seat,
he's sitting
yes.
still.
Yeah.
It's almost kicking over wires. He's almost ending the broadcast.
Yeah, he's pulling everything down here.
You are right about Gerd. Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
he lets his actions speak for him. Could you imagine if you mic'd up Colin during the?
Oh, no.
No.
Just to quiet him down. it
Yeah,
might.
maybe next year we'll hire a boom mic operator next year. We'll just have somebody out on the ice following them around.
Do we have the budget for him?
No.
We
no.
can-
See,
we
I
can-
see.
we
Come on.
Maybe we can borrow a mic, borrow a boom mic. We get a big parabolic mic instead.
We got a couple of mics. Shalhoub can do
Okay.
it. Spensieri can do it.
Oh
It's,
yeah. We have some more mics. Yeah, we have a bunch of mics.
Mike Nags can do it.
Yeah,
It's,
we have Horowitz.
yeah, we got a bunch of mics. So it's,
They're
yeah, right. Wireless mics would be nice, but it takes all the fun out of it.
That's true. I mean,
We're going to have mics like a boxing match. We're going to just drop them down from the ceiling when they have something to say and pull them up when they're done.
Well, if we had a clock, Tufaro would be calling a timeout right about now.
He would. His games are not being timed, so he's only keeping everybody at home from going outside on a 55-degree day in February.
Yeah, a lot of thinking going on.
Any chance that we can get Stefan on mic here to comment on
No.
his game that he finished?
no, because
Okay.
that means you would have to have Joe give up the mic, and he's going to kick over all these wires here. Go ahead. Stefan
No.
doesn't. He's very shy.
Stefan is shy.
Also, he's much more handsome than you, Joe. I mean, my God.
The people at home don't know that.
Oh, you could just, it's Google. You can look up Joe. He's got a little like
Yeah, Joe's picture has a NSFW next to it. Joe's picture is not safe for any place.
it has a red mark above it. All right, so
Let's
Anyway.
get back to the game here.
and ganging up on Joe, he's got no response now.
No,
Joe is the best.
Looks like Dan is going to peel the guard.
That is one of the best descriptions of any a human rain delay.
Hey, yes.
Gonna have to steal that one. Thanks, Mike.
That
Uh-oh.
Oh,
don't think that did what he wanted it to do.
no, I don't think it did either. After all that discussion.
Yeah, after all the discussion, you still have to make the shot, huh?
Yep.
Let me ask you, since you guys skip a lot, you know, they called Nan a human rain delay. How long do you guys usually like to take for, like, even if it's like a normal shot, like how long do you guys have like a certain time limit in your own mind?
Hour 15. Something
Hour
like that.
15. Hey, listen, I play with you. I've seen you take a long time, but you know, but like if exactly
10 seconds. 10 seconds. That's
Thank
reasonable.
You. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. 10 seconds. You know, because
I mean, you know, the chances you have to make the shot. So,
You're-
you know, given the
so-
balance between
no.
making the shot and the amount of time you're going to discuss it.
I mean, I may be a novice, but I'm saying that if you're a skip, then you're already planning shots in your head on what's going to happen. Obviously, you don't know what exactly what's going
You
to
should
happen.
be, but
I'm
you
just
still
saying,
like to think it over.
I don't know
Take
any
a day or two to
10
think about
seconds.
it. You know,
10 seconds.
come back
maybe-
tomorrow. You know.
Come back tomorrow.
Come back tomorrow. I don't have enough room in my brain to keep more than, you know, 10 seconds worth of information at a time.
It's true
so
too.
Get in the hack and throw.
You know, I was being kind. I was being kind to Derek, and I was going to make an old joke, but let me tell you about Derek.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
What
you,
a
Derek.
sweet man Derek is. All right. I love that guy.
Which Derek are we talking about now?
Well, I have to be nice to him because he threatened to put a broom somewhere, and that's why we don't have players mic'd, by the way.
Yeah, okay. So Danny Stesky, a lot of trouble with his name today.
Also, I know that Derek loves me, so, you know.
Yeah. Also, wish Derek a speedy recovery. He was not feeling well today. So.
Do we? Do we?
Yes,
speed
we
up?
do. We do.
Oh,
we do
oh,
do that.
Oh,
So Danny Stesky's rock is a little bit heavy and wide, and looks like Tufaro is trying to sweep it out through the house and succeeds. Might be biting at the back of the house. Whether that comes into play or not at the end, we'll find out.
see, we're taking
Now Dan and Gert are discussing their shot.
You know, it's a good thing we don't have a time limit on these games, huh?
Well, we should, but
We should.
We should, but we don't. It's,
See, other Bonspiels might have them. We don't. There are no rules here.
They even had added an extra day in February,
The shot is
just in
off.
case, just in case, because we knew Dan was going to.
That's a solid
take as
joke.
much, take
That
as
was
much
a pretty
time.
good
Yeah.
joke.
Thank you. Oh, and he moves out one of the stones.
There you
Okay.
go.
So Messing now sitting just one rock in the 4-foot. Has 3 rocks left.
He does have hammer, so
He does have hammer. So if Tufaro can put up a little bit of a wall there and keep Messing from getting another redstone in there, he's got a chance to stay with his lead. Easy double take out here.
Easy double take.
Easy double take out. Danny just has to hit
what
that.
is, so Gert's calling for what here? It's
If Danny hits that redstone just off center, he can take out that yellow, run
and
the red
roll
across
off.
to
They're
the
on
yellow.
it. They're on it.
Dennis
He's
is
on
sweeping
it.
like a
I always-
madman.
We always forget this. Uh-oh.
So it's, I think it's got the angle right.
No.
Oh,
Oh no, he's a little too
Uh-oh.
hit it too much on nose.
sort of popped that out in the open though. Yeah, I remember Gert does have hammer, and Gert is Gert.
And Gert can make the shots.
Gert is Gert.
Try to roll to the outside gate. No, you're good with the room. Just try to roll it that way.
And
And
doesn't
no roll.
doesn't get the roll that he was hoping for.
Looks like a hit and roll here. For, Gert.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I think
I
he's
heard
going
that
for a hit
too.
and roll. Yeah.
I don't know. You what? Someone might not be paying attention.
Good call.
Also, you two have. Well, Joe hasn't been paying attention.
I know. So
Yeah.
I think we have actually all heard that. But
It's
good to
I hope we all heard
Yeah.
that. It's,
sometimes you have to tell the handful of people who are watching what the show is.
or
Sure.
listening. It's,
What is it?
You know, just to reiterate. Anyway.
Wait still. Yeah. Hard line. Hard line. Hard line. You got it, Dennis. Come on, baby.
Oh.
oh,
Oh, right through. Just missed.
that hurt. Must hurt. Gert's bringing the rocks back, and looks like handshakes on B. Be tough for Gert to get two. So
I think he's going to try the shot from a little closer.
Well, that's it. Looks like St. Andrews
looks like,
Tufaro
we
will
have,
walk away with
winner.
the A event.
Yep.
I think this year it looks like the matchup between Messing and Tufaro comes up on top.
It's tied up. We'll have to wait until next year and see if we have them again.
Or, you know, maybe my team comes back in. Does something.
We'll have to wait till next year to see.
Listen, it's worth a shot.
Yeah, it's always worth a shot. Well, okay. I think it's time to sign off at this point in time with the winners of the A event, St. Andrews Tufaro, and it brings the McKay-Douglas to a close for the 2020 season.
Also, cheap plug, we have the Cool Duck coming up next month.
Or the Big Apple.
The Big Apple is next month.
Whatever, I meant
Big Apple is
Big
next
Apple.
month, and if not to be overdone, we are
Got
marching in the St. Patrick's Day Parade on March 14th. Come out and join us. Come out and cheer us on.
You can give us money.
Come out and do all sorts
What?
of things.
What?
Hang out in White Plains and get drunk.
What?
If you
Whoa,
want.
whoa,
It's,
it's worth a shot.
you know, whatever you
But
want.
yes, I'm sorry, I meant the Big Apple. The Big Apple, as you can see on your screen right now, is March 19th through the 22nd.
Just about a month from now.
Right.
We're
And
sold
we do
out.
and we do need volunteers. So
And if you're wondering, these are the commercials.
yes,
We are sold out, but if you are a member of the club, you would like to volunteer, you get a free T-shirt with it. So I mean that's incentive enough. Or you could just be a nice person and just come out and help out.
Actually, now Bill Stapera is out on the ice giving us a demonstration of how to slide down.
Yeah, that's exactly it.